we're live. Okay, so the topic that we're going to discuss today is unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations. So, why do people have unrealistic expectations?
Hmm, good question.
Well, sometimes it has to do, well, majority of the time, it has to do with social media.
Mm.
And you see all these good-looking people and who have a good-looking physiques, and you're like, man, I want to look like that. Or man, I can look like that. And sometimes it puts our expectations of what we can achieve a little bit higher than what we actually can. And normally, sometimes when that happens is when an individual, tries to be consistent and sometimes met with failure, or even if they try their hardest, it may not look like, so and so on social media. It gets them discouraged. So a lot of times when people see things they want to be like,
You want to look like?
yeah, they want to look like, they have those unrealistic expectations. Or, also on social media or in certain magazines,
Yeah.
you have these expectations, lose 150 pounds in 30 minutes. It's like, really, really unrealistic expectations, expectations. So what we have to do is we have to be realistic when it comes to our expectations. And that's what we want to talk about. Being realistic about your expectations when it comes to your overall health. Okay? So, that's right.
So, what are some of these unrealistic expectations? One, one unrealistic expectation is a people have a goal weight that they want to reach.
Yeah.
That can be an unrealistic goal because if we choose a weight that's too small or too low, um, you may have some short-term results at best, but a lot of times when you choose an unrealistic goal, um, long-term, the results will not be good. And what you have to do in order to achieve that goal weight that you're looking for is unsustainable. Because everyone has a natural body fat set point, a weight that we tend to gravitate towards when we're not focused on dieting. And a lot of times when we try to go beyond that set point, body fights us. It fights you like a ninja.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it can be very hard. And then, like I say, you may see short-term results, but when you look about long-term, it's just unsustainable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's one unrealistic goal, unrealistic expectation is setting a goal weight that's too low for you.
Mm-hmm. Now, what does that realistically mean? So, let's say if I'm 355 pounds, like what would be an example of an unrealistic expectation of mine? If I'm 350 pounds, let's say 5'11", 360 pounds. What realistically can I drop down to 150?
Oh oh no, that's with that height, 5'11", 150. No, that's not being realistic. Or say if it's female and they're 5'9" and they weigh 250, so they want to be 125.
Mm-hmm.
That's unrealistic goal weight, and that can be unhealthy in the long term.
Yeah, it can. So would you say something towards your BMI would be recommended? Now, do keep in mind, your BMI doesn't take into account all the factors, such as, muscle mass, bone density, things like that. So, like, depending on the BMI, some people may consider it like overweight,
True.
but they're not overweight because it doesn't, take consideration muscle mass and bone density. Because for my height, I'm overweight, which, I'm not overweight. But setting realistic expectations, there's just different factors to consider when you set your weight goal being realistic. Okay. What's the next one?
The next one, another unrealistic expectation. And even myself have been caught up in this at one time. Not eating enough. Not eating enough. Thinking that you have to just eat barely next to nothing in order to reach that goal weight, which kind of goes back to number one. You have this unrealistic goal weight, the things that you have to do in order to get to that goal weight can be unhealthy, such as not eating enough. Yeah. Um, and then what happens when we don't eat enough? What happens to our body? Many people don't realize the effect that it can have on your metabolism, the effect that it can have on your thyroid. And so, if we're not feeding our body enough calories just to maintain, just to breathe, just to blink my eyes, just to move my hands around, if I'm not feeding my body enough calories, or you're still wanting the body to function, you're still wanting the body to function in daily activities, you wanting the body to move, to exercise, to work. But if you're not feeding it enough calories, what the body does, it learns to adapt on fewer calories. So certain processes have to slow down. One process that slows down your digestion slows. Another process that slows down your metabolism slows. So if your metabolism slows, if your thyroid slows, then it makes it very, very hard trying to lose weight. So that's one unrealistic expectation that people have is they feel that, well, I have to eat little to nothing. And like I said, I was caught up in that at one time, thinking that I had to eat very little. And it never got me to the goal that I wanted until I realized, hey, you're not eating enough. So, and not eating enough of the right food.
Yeah, gotta be specific because
Yeah,
you
I'm not.
enough of Zaxby's and
Yeah,
Captain D's, and I don't think there's any more Long John Silver's, but you know what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah, eat a lot of that stuff, and you can probably get the same caloric intake, which leads to another question. So, let's say so and so he eats 5,000 calories a day, and he looks shredded. Can I do that when I start off my fitness journey?
say what?
Can I eat 5,000 calories just starting off my fitness journey to look shredded as so and so that on Instagram?
Can you eat 5,000 calories and look shredded?
Mm-hmm.
You probably can.
No, probably can.
You
But
probably
but the
can.
person just starting off.
No.
So where would they start? What would they need to know as a first step?
So the first step, the first thing that you would absolutely need to know is how many calories you're currently taking in. So what does that require people to do? Research and log your food. Track your calories, track what you eat, track what you drink, track what you eat. That's the first thing to determine. You may ask, well, how many calories do I need to take to lose weight? Well, I will ask you, well, do you know how many calories you're taking in now? Well, no, I don't know that. That's the first thing you need to do is track your calories. You can pen and paper, but who uses pen and paper anymore? There are several apps that you can use, MyFitnessPal, Fat Secret, that are free, and you can track your calories. Track your food. That's the first thing is to see actually how many calories you're taking in, and then look at the breakdown of those calories. How much is made up of protein, carbs, and fat.
Yeah. Now, do keep in mind, like, in order to log your food and know where you are, you have to kind of slowly increase your calories as well, because you want to make sure that your metabolism is healthy enough to handle the increase in calories. So, if you normally eat, let's say 1,000 calories a day, and then let's say you want to jump up to 3,000, you can't do it automatically. No, you'll blow up like a balloon. Plus, you'll probably get sick. So it's a slow process, but it also calls for consistency. You have to be consistent, because if you're not consistent, you're just going to be on that hamster wheel.
That actually goes into the next unrealistic expectation. You have people feel they have to be, everything has to be perfect. Perfection. Eating has to be perfect. Training has to be perfect. And if we fall off just one little bit, we just say, oh, well, I'll start over next Monday. And then we fall off, something isn't perfect in line. Oh, well, I'll start over next Monday. No, don't expect perfection. Just consistency. Yeah. 80% consistency. Now, you don't have to be perfect. Don't look for perfection. In the grand scheme of things, 365 days out of the year, if a few of those days if I have a donut? 10 days out of the year, if I have a donut, what's that gonna hurt?
Mhm. Yeah.
Nothing. So the thing is, don't expect perfection. Don't expect your eating to be perfect, because you may have the thinking, well, I messed up. Well, Saturday. Well, I'll just eat. I'll just screw the whole weekend. I messed up. I'll just start on Monday. And that's a continuous cycle over and over again. I messed up this time. Oh, I'll just start over Monday. And it's always next Monday. Next Monday. I'll start Monday. I'll start Monday. So don't expect perfection. Just be consistent.
Mhm.
80% consistency.
80% consistency.
Mhm.
80%. Okay. So our next topic.
Now, this is a good one. Um, Thinking that if you reach a smaller weight, or if you'll reach a smaller dress size or smaller body, that's automatically going to make you happy, or that's automatically going to mean big things for you. Um, and, and people need to take a little deeper, get a little deeper, um, looking into not necessarily thinking that a goal weight or a certain look or a certain body size is going to add value to your life. It's going to make you happy, but dig a little deeper, you know, dig a little deeper. Those things are just superficial. Those things can come and go. But dig a little deeper as to the things that truly will bring value to your life, that truly will make you happy. Because a number on a scale that doesn't define who you are. A certain image doesn't define who you are. A certain dress size does not define who you are as a person. So dig a little deeper, and truly, find true value.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And also at the same time, staying healthy. Okay,
Yeah,
because that's the key thing.
yeah.
Because some people may say, well, I'm 5'2", 400 pounds. I'm happy, but are you healthy? That's the thing. Are
Mm.
you healthy? So you have to be balanced in that aspect. You also want to have value to your life, be happy, and also be healthy. Because you can be healthy, you can be happy, but then you're unhealthy. On the flip side, you can be unhappy and healthy because something's going on mentally.
Yeah.
Some people may look like they're healthy, but they're unhappy, and they're actually unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these folks you see on Instagram, their bodies are pumped up with so much stuff, they're unhealthy, very unhealthy. So you gotta use balance, a little bit of common sense. Just you have to be balanced. You have to be balanced.
Another one, and I think this one, I say the best for last. Okay, this is the best one. I've been working out for a week. How come don't have a six pack yet? Results not coming as quickly as you would like them to come. Okay, weight loss is not Amazon Prime.
Mm-mm.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to be delivered in 2 to 5 days. Okay. You have to think of. I'm just going to be real for a second. You have to think too now. Okay. How long did it take me to get to my current situation?
Mm. Something to think
Something
about.
to think about. Something to think about. And I know we live in a world, a society now where everything's just instant. You get this instant, on demand, instant. And people expect weight loss to be like that. And when it doesn't happen like that, people that get frustrated. And so that's the biggest unrealistic expectation is expecting weight loss to be like Amazon Prime. It's just not going to happen.
No,
It is
not gonna happen.
not going to happen.
Because how long did it take you to get the way you are? Folks ask us that all. How long did it take you to look like that? I was born out of the womb. Like, no, no.
It took a couple
Yeah,
years.
it takes a couple of
Yeah, it
years.
takes a couple years.
A couple of
to get
years.
like, yeah.
So it does take time. It's not like a month, 2 months, 3 months. If it takes that short of a time, something. I'm just saying.
A little bit
Yeah,
unravel.
something ain't right. Because we've seen some folks that I know I've seen some people who one summer looks like this, next summer they look like that, and you're like, how'd you get so big, or how'd you lose so much weight, or what's going on? And 9 times out of 10, they're probably doing something that's very unhealthy, very unhealthy. But they want the result, but at what cost? Your health. Then it goes back to, are they happy? Probably. Are they healthy? No.
Yeah. So when you're trying to get results as quickly, as fast as you can, you have to think about it in the long run. In the long run, may not be the most healthiest decision. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I like to think of it as cooking. Okay. I mean, it's true. Okay, so you want those Hungry Man lean cuisine results, and you just pop in the microwave, 5, 7 minutes, they're done. What's the nutritional value? None. Full of what? Sodium. That's going to make you bloated and hold water. But what if you had a nice cooked meal with wholesome ingredients? That's going to take a little time.
it does take time.
It's going to take a little time. But
Effort.
Effort, a little patience, a little trial and error, depends on how your taste buds are. But then when you get finished, it's going to be nutritious and delicious. So your fitness should be like a home cooked meal. Which also, meal prep. Meal prep is important.
Yeah, meal prep is important. Yeah. So what would you say are some realistic expectations?
Realistic expectations is if instead of looking like someone else, look like the better version of you.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, the
That's
best
a
version
good
of
one.
you.
Yeah.
The best that you can be.
That's
I can't be the best of anybody else, except my twin brother, of course. We're the same person, but I can only be the best version of me. Desiree can only be the best version of her, so on and so forth. So you have to be the best version of you, not the best version or a version of somebody else.
Right.
Because that's unrealistic expectations.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. I would say being patient and make your main focus about being healthy. Not a goal weight, but just being healthy and being patient and being consistent.
You can look good while doing it. Come on, let's just be honest here. Let's just be honest here. Okay?
Not saying that you can't look good.
If you come down on the weight, you're eating healthy. Of course, you do want to be able to show your effort.
Yeah.
You don't want to look like some hobo. But,
No.
you want to look good too. So that's just an added perk. When you go to the beach, you be looking all good, and you look good. So it's just an added benefit. I'm just saying.
Yeah. If your main focus is on being healthy, looking good will be a side effect.
Yes. Yeah. That's just just a little cherry on top. Yeah. That cover all our points?
Yeah.
All right. So that covered all our points on unrealistic expectations. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, please do so. We upload.
That button.
Yes. Smash that button. Also notifications. Comment on this video. Share this video. Like this video. Help the channel out. We're fitness channel, trying to spread the word on being healthy, because that's the main thing, especially nowadays. Staying healthy. So like I said, leave a comment in the comment section. Until then, come get some